We out here with our two Connie Corsos. Milan, who is a blue brindle, and Mufasa, who is a chestnut brindle, which has like a blue, more of a blue fawn look in front of his color. You know, Milan has more of a underbite, and Mufasa has what's called a scissor bite or a straight face. You know, there's a lot of different versions of the Cane Corso, a lot of different types of Cane Corsos, a lot of different genetics, DNAs you're going to get if you do a DNA test on a Corso. But the main factor is when choosing a Corso is getting the Corso that you want, the Corso that fits your lifestyle. Let's give some examples. You have some Corsos that are very superly over aggressive, and that's what a lot of older people like out here in Maryland, in DC, PG, Baltimore. They like those Cane Corsos that's very aggressive and very aggressive. That's basically the only way to call it. So if you come in their yard, you know, you're going to be sad. If you come in to try to steal something from them, you know, you're not going to be happy. Me, I didn't even know when I chose my Corso how her attitude would be. You see this guy? He is ramped up. This Mufasa. I didn't know how Milan's attitude was going to be. You know, but it turned out that she was a nice Corso. Very gentle and calm. After I trained her, of course, I had to really train her and really discipline her and really socialize her to let her know not to be aggressive towards people. Now, what that means is if I go to somewhere like, let's say, a place like downtown Baltimore where they have like a volleyball sand pit, and I release Milan into that volleyball sand pit, and there's other dogs there and other things going on, she's going to run right past all the other dogs and just go do whatever she wants. And just run and then chase the balls and come back. If you reach out to try to shake my hand or do anything like that, Milan is not going to try to bite you. But if you do any aggressive movements, you know, Milan is going to do something. She's going to, what I call splitting. She's going to split you, me, and you. She's going to get between me and you. And if you lunge towards me, she will jump to try to bite you, more than likely. Never put her to the test. But basically, she's not an aggressive dog. You know, we didn't teach her to be that way, but she will definitely, you know, if she doesn't know someone or like someone, she will definitely try to make them back up or give them a warning. And, you know, and do what she does. She's basically just bark at them and go towards them. She's not going to just jump out of nowhere and attack someone. Now, if you were to get attacked by her, it'd have been something that you did. Now, this guy right here, Mufasa, is a puppy. We don't know anything really about his behavior. He's not actually showing any aggression towards any people, but he has showed me that, move away from that. Move away from that. There's some goose poop. Ah, put it down. Move away. You, nigga, move away. He has shown me that he will bite something. And every day he gets more and more, just opens up more. And I really don't know what he's gonna be like, or I don't really know what his blood type really is. But just by looking at him down, I can tell that a Cane Corso male is just gonna be way more, you know, spunkier than the females. Probably way more of a guard dog. I think he bit her. She didn't like that. But as you see, she just disciplined him. She didn't go all out into a big killer fight. And today he's got a lot of energy. He's very rambunctious today. Oh, a pit bull just hit the corner. And pit bull just hit that corner. Come on. Come on. Come on. You see what he like. Come on, boy. Mufasa. Milan. Milan, come on. Come on. Come on, y'all. I got my dogs, though. Come on, y'all. Come on. Mufasa. Hey. Come on, boy. Huh? Yeah, nah, they ain't gonna do. He only 5 months. Milan! And Milan don't. She ain't gonna cause no problems. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. Hey, Mufasa, get off of that. Come on. Look, he's ready though. So we gonna know what kind of. Hey, come on, boy. He ain't fucking playing, y'all. Ooh. That was kind of scary. That's why I shouldn't have stayed in that corner, because that guy is basically, by him coming that way, he's trying to avoid me because he knows I'm gonna be out here. But his dog, Milan would have just ran over there and sniffed the dog. Milan wasn't gonna do anything. One thing about these Corsos, that's one thing I'm glad you guys see. They're not gonna go too far away from their owner to try to like go, get off of that. Get out of that poop. I think he's hungry, guys. We ran out of food last night. And he doesn't eat meat. Mufasa don't eat meat, so. But as you see, I was able to call my dogs back. I didn't have to panic. This dog right here is only 5 months, so I know he's not gonna go in. But man, his fur was up and he was ready, guys. So that's teaching me that, man, he's probably gonna be one of those real live aggressive Corsos. Like, it wasn't just that the dog was there, it's just the way the dog caught us off guard. You know, one thing about dogs, they don't go to attack. They just have certain behaviors when they see things that don't look normal or things that are out of place. Like all of a sudden a white pit bull appears. Now they're gonna be scared and startled. But I'm working with this guy right here, man. This guy got me really excited about dogs. Right now, my other dogs are in heat, so I don't have to really walk them too much. I'm not gonna walk them at all, actually, because they're in heat. So I got 2 females in heat, and then 2 bullies in heat, and then my 2 males are trying to mate with them constantly. So everybody's, you know, not eating, and everybody's all hyperactive and up in the uproar. So I don't have to worry about spending too much time with them. I spend all my time with this guy. And he really needs it because he's very sensitive. And whenever you have an attack dog that's sensitive or a guard dog that is sensitive, you know, you gotta be cater to their, you know, behaviors and make them feel safe, because that that insecurity will turn into aggression. That's why you have so many dogs that do strange things for some change. You know, he saw a pit bull. You notice all I did was tell him to come near me. Come here. I didn't scream. I didn't go crazy. You know, I got loud and aggressive because you got to get the attention of the dog by any means necessary. I use my voice. So they know that the louder my voice gets, the more likelihood of an ass whooping popping off. So they just came back towards me instead of going towards that pit bull. Even though Milan went over there twice, but Milan just wanted to go sniff the dog. Milan wasn't gonna do nothing. Milan is 5 years old. She's not doing nothing. Now she will fight if it goes down, but get that. She will fight, but she's not a fighter. She's not a fighter, guys. I think a lot of these dogs are just, get that. A lot of these dogs are just misunderstood. Get it. Get it, mama. Get it. Yeah. A lot of these dogs are just misunderstood, man. You got to understand your dog and know that how to train your dogs. I think that guy told my wife to get out of the field one day or something. Something mean and not rude, but it's all good, man. People be scared. Respect your neighbors, man. Respect the people that live in your neighborhood, man. At all costs, avoid all beef with neighbors. Avoid all beef in your neighborhood, bro. Just because you more bigger or you got more people that follow you or you tougher or whatever you may think. You like to run your mouth, you think you tough. Respect your neighbors, man. Avoid all drama when it comes to that. Like beefing over the field, beefing over a dog getting loose, or even if a dog bite a dog. If you can avoid it, try to avoid it. Only fight when you have to. When you feel like somebody's really like effing with you. Don't look for trouble. They just killed somebody around the corner. You know what I mean? And if he would have avoided or they would have just avoided it or whatever, they'd still be alive. Also, beefing when you got animals and stuff, you put your animals in jeopardy of being in trouble and stuff when you start beefing and stuff with your neighbors and all that, going back and forth. But back to this Corso. We breed, our Corsos, man, are more agile, faster, more sturdier, and more intelligent. And a lot of that has to do with feeding healthy diets and just healthy exercise. That's what a lot of it does. One thing I'm learning about these male Corsos is they go a lot further away from their owners. Here, boy! Mufasa! But he is curious, though, because he was actually a 5-month-old dog that we got. I mean, really, basically 6 months, half a year. Fully developed dog that had never been in a car, never been outside, never been around nobody. Never met other dogs other than the dogs that are on his land. Never been on a leash. Never been in a car ride. Either right now, for some reason, she's not feeling him. Either she about to come in the heat, or he done did something to her that she don't like. Or she could just be proving her dominant, because normally she doesn't act like that. But you notice he's learning, oh, let me respect her. And it's a hierarchy, and even if he gets bigger and stronger, he's gonna have to respect Milan because Milan is our biggest dog. But I think when he gets older, he seems pretty agile though. He seems pretty agile, that's a good sign. A lot of these Corsos and a lot of different dogs are not, hey, get out of that, are not agile as they should be because of overfeeding. I think even if you have a dog that's gonna get really big, if you overfeed the dog, now you just created all kinds of hip problems and joint problems. Hey, boy. Hey. Hey. Mufasa, get out of that. Hey. Out. Out. Gotta train him, spend time with him, get him used to human commands. But dogs catch on fast. When I first got him, he wasn't running. Now he's running. He's gonna be big, guys, so we wanna get him out every day, make sure his joints are gonna be strong, make sure he's intelligent and understands the difference between a threat and somebody that's just walking by. He didn't like that dog, y'all. And he's probably gonna be the biggest dog in the neighborhood. I know them sidetracking. This is just a Corso rant. He's gonna be the biggest dog in the neighborhood, I think, because I seen somebody with a big Corso. I seen somebody with a big Presa Canary. It's like one big Presa Canary and one big Cane Corso in the neighborhood. But I think this boy is gonna be bigger, based on his mom's size. I think his dad, to me, looked like he's about a $180, but a good solid $180. But basically, like I was saying, there's different styles of Cane Corsos, different versions, different eras. You know, depending on what bloodlines you have, it's going to depend on what DNA you have. The AKC recognized the Cane Corso as a breed in 2010. So that's 15 years of real live Cane Corso history. 15 years of show dogs. But then when you go to AKC, then you exclude all of the ICCF and all the other registries that maybe accepted the Cane Corso way earlier. But when it comes to most breeds of dogs, the AKC is the rule of thumb when a dog became official. And also, to be honest with you, that's when a dog breed becomes effed up. Because the AKC is going to make the dogs all turn into show ring chumps, my personal opinion. Then people are going to use that AKC to breed all kind of BS. And they're going to charge you extra money and say it's AKC. And you're going to pay it, and the whole time, somebody out in PG with no papers, or somebody out in DC with no papers, or somewhere with no papers will have a better dog than you. But it won't look like what you think a Corso should look like, and it's definitely not going to have the DNA that you think it should have. You know, these dogs were created in America. The first real breeding of Cane Corsos consisted of a mixture of Land of Giants pit bulls, American Rottweiler from a certain American Rottweiler kennel, from Rottweilers that could really, do the dang on thing, and also Neapolitan Mastiff. The Neapolitan Mastiff was a dog that was that they were trying to make. It was called the Cane de Presa. They called it a Bandero, or this or that. They were trying to make an Italian breed of Molosser dog back in the 70s. It had 2 or 3 different name changes. Then they kind of came up with the Neapolitan Mastiff. But then the Neapolitan Mastiff ended up just being basically like somebody took 2 dogs. This what you're really supposed to do. Took 2 dogs and made a hell of a line out of it. All Neapolitan Mastiffs genes are recessive. I think dominant recessive or something like that. Don't give me the line and shit. But basically, they're so related that they're just like super duper related when it comes to DNA. That like they're all like just totally related. When you look at most Cane de Presas or Presa Canary, I'm sorry. When you look in the eyes, they got those eyes of a Cane Corso. But then they went wild and crazy with the Cane Corso. I mean the Presa Canary. I'm so sorry. The Cane de Presa, or what you would call the Neapolitan Mastiff. Now the Neapolitan Mastiff got all these wrinkles and all this extra shit. And basically, that's a whole nother story in itself. But basically, the Cane Corso was an offshoot of the Presa Canary because, the Cane Corso was an offshoot of the Neapolitan Mastiff. That was an offshoot of of Italian dogs. What they were trying to do was make a dog that didn't have a wrinkles and was more healthy. See, like this dog with the longer face. What happened was the Neapolitan Mastiffs was so hard to produce, hard to get pregnant. They didn't produce milk, and then they're 200 pounds. I'm sure they're just falling over dogs and just falling all over. Crushing puppies left and right, and the dogs don't produce milk. And you could imagine a 200-pound dog living outside, giving birth, and and then the puppies get crushed. They don't got milk. So they just gave up on that, really, on that Neapolitan Mastiff, and they started making the Cane Corsa. And what they did was they took, the best of a lot of breeds and made a good dog. That's the best way to put it. Made it more agile. Come on out of there. Stop eating that grass. Made it more agile, more faster, more healthier. Like, for instance, Milan had a litter of 11 puppies, didn't squash one of them. Didn't squash one of them and produced enough milk to feed them all. So that's the kind of stuff you got to think about. A lot of y'all just worrying about, hey, my dog DNA. Look at my dog, and he don't look like that big dog, and he ain't 200 pounds. But when you go to walk that dog, that 200-pound dog that you want, and his leg break, now you got to haul this 200-pound dog to the fucking vet. Excuse my French. You got to haul him to the vet. Get that. Milan. Get that. You got to haul him to the vet. And then they tell you it'll be 6 G's, please, sir. If we keep him overnight, that'll be another 6. So it's best to have a healthy dog than an overweight big dog that's useless and can't chase a tennis ball. Look at my dog, see? So one thing I can say is we got healthy dogs, and I made sure that the litter that I had, all the flaws that was in my dogs. When I'm breeding out flaws. Hey, come on. Stronger legs is a big thing. Smarter. Stronger legs. Smarter. Come on. And, more agile dog. Better skin, better health, all that. Come on, y'all. But in a nutshell, you got your Romanian Cane Corsas. You got your American Cane Corsas. And you got your Italian Cane Corsos. And then you could say you got your West Coast Cali Cane Corsos, which are more of a Neapolitan style dog, Neapolitan Mastiff mixed breed. So all this is very confusing if you're a buyer. One thing I can tell you, if you're buying a Cane Corso, get the dog you like, man. When you're buying a Cane Corso, check out the parents, check out the videos of the dogs. If there's no videos, then I wouldn't buy a dog. Don't buy dogs based on pictures, guys. Pictures just show how big a dog is. They don't show the dog run. I want to see that dog run. I want to see what that dog does when it's in a public area and cars are running. I want to see what that dog does when there's 10 dogs around, when they're getting chased. I want to see that dog doing stuff. I don't just want to see a dog picture. So when it comes to Cane Corsos, make sure you can see the dogs in action, like here at Co-op Kennels. You see what our dogs can do, how they are, and their whole life. He has ICCF papers. She has ICCF papers. The main reason why I got my own dogs is because when you go to do a breeding with somebody or something, then they don't have papers, man. They don't know. They don't have them. They're talking about their grandpa got them and all this other stuff. People don't know how to do business when it comes to these dogs. They just think they could just breed these dogs and they don't have to have their own papers. You need to have some kind of papers, some kind of video footage, some kind of history video that I can watch, something. But I think this boy right here is going to have some Romanian blood because he actually has some dogs from Country Boy Kennels. And I know those dogs came from overseas. And I doubt if he got them from Italy. Italy got soft dogs. I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. Soft, unhealthy dogs. Now, that's bad. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but Italy got soft, unhealthy dogs. America, we got different looking dogs. Not every dog is going to look the same, but America, like PG, DC, Baltimore, we got the original bloodlines. These are not none of that blood, of course. Well, actually, no. This guy got some DC blood in him and some Baltimore blood. I got to do the research when his papers get back. I haven't looked into it yet, but as you can see, he doesn't look like Milan in the face, but his body tells me the story. See, Milan has, when we did her DNA, I mean, she didn't come back of having anything besides, I think Rockwild. I think Milan had the original, versions of what the Cane Corso was supposed to be. There was no boxer. They say there's a lot of boxer, and they say Great Dane and this and that. But Milan just basically had Neapolitan Mastiff and whatever. The original, what they used to originally make the breed. Now, over in Romania, only God knows what they put in them dogs or what they do to make their dogs. Romania got some big old dogs. They got Cane Corsos, they got Presa Canaries, they got Rockwallers. Romania got some good breeders. But I don't know what the DNA profile of those dogs are. I don't know how they act. But what I do know is most of those people live on farms, so they definitely need something that's going to be able to live outside. And something that's going to protect. Come on. Look, everybody get low when they see my dogs. Look, he getting fast, man. But we haven't tested his blood. But I know he got some DC blood in him, and some Baltimore blood. Some dogs that were out here in this area from way back, from the early 2010s. So we're gonna run it back. We're gonna see it. But not every Corso is gonna have a face like Milan. Not every Corso is gonna have that kind of face. Some of them look, there's so many different versions of them, it's just ridiculous. So at the end of the day, what really matters is your dog mentally stable? Is your dog smart? Does he protect? Does he have any kind of skin or health issues, man? I follow a lot of the guys that old world Corsos, and then you got new world Corsos. And it's just interesting to see the bloodlines and this and that, and listen to everything they got to say about the dogs and how to make them more pure. Satilli was the guy that did the breeding with that made the original Corsos in America that you see today, and really brought the breed together and made the name, really. But then everybody took it and went any way they wanted to go with it. But at the end of the day, if you love the dog and the dog does the job it's supposed to do, then you good. Like my boy right here, he doesn't have the same exact face as Milan, but he has the same characteristics, the same attitude, the same colors, and he needs a chance to grow to really see what he's gonna look like when he gets older. But that doesn't bother me, because as long as he can bite, look, I like that running. I like that run, and he can run. I'm happy. Notice how he stays close. Come on, boy. But it's a lot of history with these dogs, but nobody has a pure Corso. That's all I'm gonna say. The breed is still in development. So when you go to get a Corso, you're buying whatever that kennel is producing. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't like ugly Corsos. And I don't like really, really heavy Corsos. I don't like skinny Corsos. This is what I like right here. Something like this with a little bit more size on it. Just a little bit more size will be good. But this is actually a perfect dog. I mean, I had no issues with this dog. No anger issues. Hey! Come on, boy. Look at him. He's trying to creep off on us. We've been out here too long. All right, guys, we out.